Tonight, 3 years after a man was charged with driving from Ohio to Minneapolis to try to kidnap a woman he'd been stalking and stabbing her husband, Ryan Peterson, to death, a judge ruled the man cannot be found guilty due to mental illness. Franklin White admitted to the crime, but won't spend any time in prison. That verdict bringing back a lot of pain and emotion for Ryan's family. Joe McCoy talked to them tonight.
Yeah, well, Julie, even though Ryan's family was bracing for this verdict, they still are stunned that their son's killer won't be sent to prison. Ryan's parents feel the emphasis in Minneapolis to rehabilitate criminals has gone too far, and they blame much of that on Hennepin County Attorney Mary Moriarty.
And I love this picture because sometimes I walk up to it and pretend I'm hugging him.
Yeah, this is what we learned.
For nearly 3 years, Janet Peterson and her husband Steve have been waiting for justice for their son Ryan.
It's just a system that's broken.
But today, they suffered another gut-wrenching blow as their son's killer, Franklin White, was found not guilty due to mental illness.
I was expecting it, but to hear it and be in the courtroom with Franklin and the rest of my family was really overwhelming.
In August 2022, White drove from Ohio to Minneapolis with a knife and police-style battering ram in an attempt to kidnap Ryan's wife, Cassie. Cassie and White were former high school acquaintances who White admitted to obsessing over. After banging down the door that August morning, White ended up stabbing and killing Ryan as he tried to protect his wife.
He planned this. He admitted he planned it.
Instead of being sent to prison, White will be committed to the state hospital in St. Peter for an unknown amount of time.
But the reliance on the psychiatrists is so powerful that the judge's hands are kind of tied.
Now the Petersons have to live with the fear that their son's killer could be a free man at some point.
We are gonna just have to live our lives waiting for the other shoe to drop, basically.
But even as 3 years of grief continues to weigh on them,
Because this is what we built.
they still smile and remember the wonderful memories with their son, like this patio that Steve and Ryan built together.
And we just started crawling around it in the sand, and we're just doing the best we can, flattening it out. And it's just a great father-son moment that we had for an afternoon.
If a person is sent to St. Peter Regional Treatment Center due to being found mentally ill, their commitment is typically for an undetermined period of time. Their stay is contingent on their mental condition and the risk that they pose to the public.
Oh, it's just heartbreaking to see him on that patio he built with his son. And also that he was trying to protect his wife when this happened. What is her reaction? Where is she now?
So Cassie has actually moved out of the country because of the situation. She didn't feel safe here in the U.S. So she has moved out of the country. She actually is remarried. The family and her stay in touch, but the family also mentioned how it's been a huge loss losing her in their life.
Yeah.
They, of course, adored her like a daughter, and now, they talk to her pretty, sometimes, but it's obviously not the same.
Absolutely tragic. Thank you, Joe.